हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू टुडेस पॉडकास्ट। मैं हूं आपका होस्ट अक्षय। आज हम एक सुपर इम्पोर्टेंट लाइफ स्किल पर बात करेंगे, दैट इज़ कम्युनिकेशन। इस बारे में और इन्फॉर्मेशन जानने के लिए चलते ही सीधा हमारे कम्युनिकेशन एक्सपर्ट के पास।
You know, there's this one skill, it literally touches every part of your life. We're talking your career, your relationships, even just how happy you are day to day. Yep, it's communication. And today, we're going to give you the ultimate blueprint to really get a handle on it.
Okay, let's start with something I bet we've all felt. Ever said something that was crystal clear in your own head, but the other person just didn't get it at all? That super frustrating moment where it feels like you're speaking different languages? Yeah, that feeling. We're going to tackle that head on.
So here's what we've got on tap. We'll kick things off with the communication blueprint. Then we'll get into speaking without saying a word. After that, the power of your actual words. We'll look at breaking through common barriers, and we'll wrap up with an action plan you can literally start using the minute we're done here.
All right, first up, the communication blueprint. You know, it's like if you want to build a strong house, you got to understand the foundation, right? So let's pop the hood and see how communication actually works from the ground up.
So what is communication anyway? I mean, really? At its most basic, it's just getting an idea from your brain into someone else's. But here's the key part: to achieve understanding. It's not just about making noise, it's about making a connection. And boy, is that where things can go wrong. Believe it or not, every single conversation, every text, every email follows these exact steps. You've got the sender, that's you, with a message. That message travels through a channel, like your voice or a screen, to a receiver. They give you feedback, which closes the loop. But see that last one? Noise? That's the villain of our story. It's the little gremlin that messes everything up. So, with all those moving parts, what's the end game? What are we trying to do here? It's pretty simple, actually. We want to make sure the idea that's in your head arrives in their head completely intact. Think of it like a perfect teleportation of a thought. No missing pieces, no weird mutations. That's the bullseye. Okay, now for what might be the most surprising part of this whole thing. We're moving on to speaking without saying a word. Get ready, because we're about to dive into the part of your communication that is, believe it or not, way louder than your actual words.
So let me just ask you this straight up. What's more powerful? The words you choose so carefully, or how you say them? Your tone, your body language, the look on your face? The answer? Well, it's a big one.
Get this. According to one really famous study, a whopping 93%, I'm not kidding, 93, of how your message is felt, its emotional impact, has nothing to do with your words. It's all nonverbal. And you know why? It's deep in our DNA. We were reading body language to spot threats or allies long before we were stringing sentences together. Our bodies tell a story our brains are hardwired to believe. So where does this huge number even come from? Well, it's everything but the words. It's the look on your face, whether you're making eye contact, how you're standing, what you're doing with your hands, even the tone of your voice. It's like you've got this silent broadcast running 24/7, and people are tuning in.
And here's the golden rule, the big takeaway here. When your words say one thing, but your body says another, people will always believe your body. Every single time. You know the classic, right? Someone's slumped over, looking at the floor, and they sigh and say, "I'm fine." Yeah, right. You don't believe the words "I'm fine." You believe the sigh. You believe the slump.
Okay, so does that mean words don't matter? No way. That 7% is still absolutely crucial. So let's jump into our third section, the power of your words, because this is where the details and the clarity live. Verbal communication, both spoken and written, is our precision tool. It's the scalpel. If your body language sets the emotional weather for the conversation, your words are what actually build the house, brick by brick. They carry the complex facts and the specific details.
And when we use those words, we tend to fall into one of three styles. You've got aggressive, that's the bulldog, trying to win no matter what. Then there's passive, which is kind of the mouse, avoiding conflict, not wanting to make a peep. But right in the middle, that's the sweet spot. Assertive, it's about being clear, confident, and respectful, both to yourself and to the other person. You can state your case without steamrolling anyone or becoming a doormat. That's where we want to be.
So we know the pieces, but what about when it all breaks down? Let's talk about that. Section 4 is all about breaking through the barriers. Remember that noise we talked about? We're going to learn how to shut it down.
So that noise I mentioned, here's what it looks like in the real world. These are the usual suspects. It could be your phone buzzing on the table. That's a physical barrier. Or it could be you, assuming you know what they're going to say next.
That's a mental one. Or just being really angry or stressed. Any one of these things can just totally wreck a conversation before it even gets going.
But here's the good news. For every barrier, there's a way to bust through it. Think of this as your personal toolkit. Use simple, clear language. Focus on listening, like really listening. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Try to stay calm. And a big one, ask for feedback to make sure you're both on the same page.
Okay, let's bring it all home. This might be the most important part of our whole chat, your improvement action plan. This is where we stop talking about it and start doing it. These are things you can literally put into practice the moment you're done listening.
Look, if you only take one thing away today, let it be this: active listening. This is not the same as just being quiet while the other person talks. No. This is a full contact sport. It's about locking in, showing them you're with them, and asking good questions to really get what they're saying. It really boils down to 3 key things. Pillar 1, full focus. Put the phone down, seriously. 2, show you're getting it. A simple nod and it goes a long way. And 3, ask questions. Dig a little deeper. If you can nail these 3, you're going to be an amazing communicator, I promise. And let's be super clear about this. There's a huge difference between hearing and listening. Hearing is passive. It just happens. Sound waves hit your ears. You don't have to try. But listening, that's an active choice. It's intentional. It's deciding, I'm going to understand what this person is really trying to tell me. So how do you get better and stay better? You got to treat it like a muscle. You have to work it out. Listen to people who are great at it. Practice. Even small talk counts. Ask people for feedback. Hey, how did that come across? Watch what other people do that works. And after a big conversation, take 2 minutes to think about how it went. It's this constant loop of learning.
And remember, you don't have to become a perfect communicator overnight. It's all about small daily habits. So, here's a little challenge for you. In your very next conversation, try this. After the other person speaks, say something like, "So what I'm hearing is," and then repeat back what you understood. It is such a simple thing, but it's an absolute game changer.
And that's a wrap for us. So I'll just leave you with this one thought to chew on. What's one conversation, just one, that you're going to have today, and how will you approach it differently now?